Walt Disney World is a fun and wholesome place to take the entire family. This is true. However, there are unsavory individuals who do gain access that you constantly have to be vigilant for. Is your family safe in the Orlando, Florida tourism area? Well, let's find out today on that Park Place. Vash, there is an unfortunate reality that creepy people exist in and around family vacation destinations.
Of course. Absolutely. Well, it's a reality of these kind of maybe soft target locations with a myriad of people that might be, let's say, desirable amongst some folk, right?
Yes, I agree. This is a rough one to do on that Park Place just because it's so hard to like. But guys, you have to keep your family safe. You have to, remember, in the theme parks, you are safer than most places because you do have to go through security. They don't allow knives. They don't allow weapons of any kind, things like that. But, out in the open, in places like, let's say, the McDonald's at Walt Disney World, which is right outside of the All-Star Resorts right there, there could be some trouble. So let's have a look here, Vash, from WW News Today. A man was accused of doing some stuff outside of his car at Walt Disney World in the middle of the day, according to a new arrest report. This is a Florida man story if I've ever seen one. Gavin Jones, 36 of Windermere, was arrested and charged with a first offense of exposing himself, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. He pleaded not guilty per records. I don't know how you could plead not guilty when you were caught in the act. Around 1 p.m. on April 17th, the woman who reported Jones said she was parked in the rideshare lot next to the McDonald's when she saw Jones parked at an angle behind her. Jones got out of his car, leaned against his hood, the Orange County Sheriff's Report said. As he was aimed toward the victim's car, he exposed himself and, he did stuff. The victim reported that the male was aware of her presence as the two made eye contact while it was happening. The victim put her vehicle into gear and drove toward the McDonald's with Jones following her in his vehicle. The victim then headed to the nearby Disney fire station for help, but no one was there. Surprise, surprise. So she went to Blizzard Beach and flagged a deputy at the Disney water park. Authorities caught Jones, who denied he took anything out in public, but offered that he is not always aware of when he is itching himself due to a medical issue. The arrest report said Jones was arrested and taken to jail, plus his vehicle was towed. His lawyer did not respond to a request for comment, but Vash, there have been reports of things happening like this in other parts of the theme parks. We have heard about people getting arrested at the water parks for possibly trying to get handsy. We have heard about people. You just heard about somebody recently who was busted for something terrible, right?
Yes. Actually, a couple people. Actually, one instance, in fact, I was watching some police body cam footage and actually featured Walt Disney World property there, and somebody maybe got a little handsy with one of the Disney princesses, which is a terrible thing to even consider. That would even be possible, but absolutely it is. Well, go ahead.
That's a rough one, too, because the Disney princesses, by nature, have to hug guests. Like, somebody comes at you with their arms open for a hug, you kind of have to go in for it. It's your job. Right. And, yeah, it's rough, man. Like, there are creeps out there. But didn't you say there was somebody that was trying to, like, take pictures or something like that of women?
Yeah, within the last couple of weeks, I believe somebody was arrested on Walt Disney World Resort property, if I'm not mistaken, for trying to take upshot photos, and I'll go ahead and leave it there.
I appreciate that. So yeah, guys, at the end of the day, you have to keep yourself and your family safe when you're in these locations. You cannot assume that, and I think a lot of people assume that just because you're in the Disney bubble that you're safe from these kinds of things. I know, like, when they first started putting in the metal detectors, I remember a lot of people saying to me that, I hate the metal detectors because it just takes the magic away. And I'm like, okay, well, like, you're not, like, safe without them. It is a, major misconception that I think people have more faith in Disney, and I was one of those people once where I was like, oh, Disney knows what's going on. They got it handled. They don't typically. They security is lax. Security is great in some places, lax in others. It's the same as any other organization. So you have to remember the fact that these are human beings, and human beings can make mistakes. So as security officials, I mean. So you have to always be vigilant. And when you see something like this, you report it. You find the nearest cast member and you report it, and you take it to the proper authority. Don't do something that's going to get you kicked out of Walt Disney World. And I know that's like, you know, like if somebody tried something like that, like if somebody like did something to my wife or you know, a member of my family in one of the parks, it would be, you know, the Jersey Italian would happen. But the better way to handle it, especially because you are in a family theme park, is to get the attention of a cast member, report it, and have the person removed. Because remember, a big brawl, you're gonna end up with somebody with their phone out. You're going to end up on YouTube, and then we're going to end up talking about you on that park place, because those fight videos do very well for us.
Well, and likely you'll be trespassed yourself, right? And maybe those offenses that originally, you know, started the whole thing, maybe get buried under like social media video, as you
because and also they can hit you with an assault charge.
Of course, absolutely. I mean, it's you know, it's all the laws plus more on Walt Disney World property. And that's why, Marvin, I've actually advocated in the past, you know, when you have schools, for example, right? And if you do infractions in front of or around schools, or maybe even inside of them, it's kind of an aggravating circumstance, right? In the eyes of the law. I kind of consider Walt Disney World actually to be under that distinction. I'm advocating for maybe, you know, providing that distinction for a place like Walt Disney World, where there are so many children present, especially children that might be, you know, especially susceptible to some of these acts and influences. Yeah,
100%. Look, guys, there's nothing worse in this world. There's no crime worse than somebody who preys on kids. And those people are out there, and they're going to go where where the people that they are after are going to be. And sometimes they'll even be there. We saw it with the Disney Cruise Line recently, where all of those crew members got arrested for possession of materials featuring underage people. So it's not good, Vash. It's not good at all. And you got to be vigilant.
Not good at all, and I do appreciate Disney's commentary when it comes to that raid that happened in San Diego just very, very recently, right? They actually came out with a statement saying, hey, look, listen, we're working with law enforcement, we want to go ahead and apprehend these criminals and so forth, and we want to go ahead and bring these people to justice. So that was very, very good, because, you know, back in the 90s and so forth, maybe in the early 2000s, Disney was, you know, criticized a little bit for some of its stances, or some of its actions, as alleged by those, you know, looking into the theme parks and looking into cast members and so forth, and seeing that, you know, maybe Disney was using its RCID powers to maybe perhaps not work with law enforcement. So that's why I was advocating for the RCID to actually go away. Now we have SIFTOD, so maybe that isn't so much of an issue now.
Well, and I mean, the lady went to the fire station. She went to the fire station to file a report, and there was nobody there.
It's ridiculous.
I would like to know where they were. Like, where are the fire department? Where's the fire department there? I doubt they were out of call. If there was a fire, we'd have heard about it. Like, are there fire stations on Disney property? Like, are they paring down so much that, because there's more than one fire station on Disney property? So, like, are they paring it down to where, like, there are empty fire stations? Because,
and I'll include criticism of SIFTOD into this, because, you know, remember the fire stations, their personnel, right? They were advocating for the establishment of SIFTOD in replace of the RCID, because they felt that, you know, union-wise, they weren't being treated necessarily well by Disney. They were being understaffed, manned, not just in terms of personnel, but also too in terms of equipment and so forth, right? And so, well, why was this fire station at this time completely unmanned? Usually you'd have at least one person there, if not two, if in fact they were on a call. very, very strange that happened. Got to look into the SIFTOD about that. That's no good.
Yeah, I can think of at least like 3 Disney fire stations that I can name off the top of my head. Maybe 2. I don't know. I might be doubling up on some of them, but yeah, like, and you need to, and people need to be able to know where they can go in those situations. And a fire station should be a safe place for you to be able to go. Thankfully,
Absolutely.
Blizzard Beach is also right there. They were able to flag down a deputy at Blizzard Beach. You know, typically on top of Disney security, there are typically officers who are present on Disney property every single day. So usually around security. So, you know, it's a good thing to be able to seek them out and know where they are. But yeah, guys, just make sure that you keep yourselves safe, that you keep your families safe, that you're vigilant, because these people are out there. And thankfully, this story had a good ending where the guy got slapped in bracelets away, and he's gonna, you know, be prosecuted probably. I'm sure that McDonald's has got cameras outside.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
And the fact that he followed this woman is super creepy and super incriminating.
Right. That's not a good look right there. Now, obviously, you know, this trial, this proceeding is still taking place, so everybody's innocent until proven guilty, of course. However, that being said, though, this does not look good, especially according to this report right here. And like you said, Marvin, there are some maybe incriminating actions alleged in this filing right here. So I don't know what's going to be the outcome here, but Marvin, I think it's so important, like you said, to stay vigilant, stay on alert, no matter where you are, because you can be lulled into a false sense of security very easily with all that Disney magic right there. You just want to go ahead and keep your guard up at all times.
Right. Guys, remember that when you guys are enjoying your family's vacation, when you are out there trying to create new memories, don't get swept up in it and assume that everything is fine just because you're in the Disney bubble. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and always be alert as to who is around you.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.